Welcome back to session 4. So session 3's homework, you were supposed to take a look at the triggers that cause you to possibly do negative behaviors versus positive behaviors and learn some ways that you might be able to get yourself back on track, because if you can't manage your triggers, you're going to have trouble managing your weight. This one, session 4, is about the benefits of good nutrition. And we talked about cardiovascular. Cardio is heart and vascular is blood vessels. And still heart disease is the main killer of most Americans. So high blood pressure and stroke are the two things that you need to really worry about. And if you get a chance to come to one of my sessions about heart attack and stroke or hypertension, we can talk about that more in detail. So your cholesterol and your blood pressure are two important things in managing heart disease. Cholesterol comes from animal products, so you want to reduce the amount of beef, pork, ice cream, butter, cheese. Always cholesterol is typically solid at room temperature, so bacon, sausage, ribs, wings, fried food, fast foods, lots of cholesterol in those items. And cholesterol are listed, the amount of cholesterol is listed on a food label. So you can look at the label of foods you're purchasing and see exactly what you're getting. The best way to measure your cholesterol is by a blood test, which I could do here at the Well Coach office. You can do it at your own doctor, Take Care Walgreens, or our clinic. There are three major types of fat in the blood. And so you've got saturated fat, unsaturated fat, but what's in your blood is triglycerides and cholesterol. And you want to be aware of how much good cholesterol you have, which is your HDL, which is listed on your biometric screening and affects, that's what helps keep your arteries clean. The other thing you want to worry about is diabetes and the prevention of diabetes. If that runs in your family, the main way to prevent diabetes is move more and eat less sugar. Sugar is associated with cancer now too, not just heart disease. So if you find yourself eating a lot of sugar every day, it is something that you need to take a look at. Also, if you can get 10,000 steps a day and you can put the pedometer app on your phone, you can see exactly how much you're moving, and that will help you control your diabetes or prevent getting it. How much water do you drink? Need 64 ounces a day. Benefits of physical activity. Physical activity basically lowers all the conditions that we're trying to manage. So it lowers the bad cholesterol, it boosts the good cholesterol, it lowers your pressure, it lowers your weight, it reduces your risk of cancer. The list goes on and on and on and on. Also, exercise increases your metabolism, which is great. And you do want to look at meal frequency, which also increases your metabolism and controls your blood sugar. If you eat small meals frequently throughout the day, that is the best way to manage both those conditions. Myths and barriers to good nutrition. It takes too much time to eat healthy. Not true. I mean, you can steam fresh vegetables in the microwave in the same amount of time as frozen. We go to a restaurant, we drive around, we find a parking spot, we wait on somebody to wait on us, we wait for the food, we wait for the check. In that amount of time, you could definitely make a healthy meal. Good foods are more expensive. Absolutely not. A can of tuna does not cost that much money. You can eat healthier. Fast food, when you continue to eat it, you're going to shorten your life. You need to take a look at what you're consuming. Lack of available healthy food. Not true in America. You can walk in any grocery store and we have far more selection than any person that lives in, the East Bloc countries of Europe. Healthy food doesn't taste good. Well, let me tell you, the fast food people, they want you to get addicted to that stuff. They pay a bunch of people to make that stuff taste good, so a sweet potato doesn't taste good to you anymore. You have to begin to eat healthier food more often, and it will taste better to you. But it can't compete with ice cream, cookies, and cake. Families don't like fruit and vegetables. Well, you got to set the example. You can't ask your kids to eat something you're not willing to eat. I can't change how I cook. Well, that's kind of bull too, because we can all learn something new. Okay, you can tweak your own recipes and make them healthier by using good substitutions, such as fat-free or part-skim cheeses, using ground round instead of regular ground beef or ground turkey, pulling the skin off the chicken after you cook it, reducing the amount of oil you use in the recipes, substituting applesauce for oils in baked goods. There are lots of wonderful tips out there. We all have these smartphones. Google it. Barriers to physical activity. Well, the weather. I don't have time. There's no parks. My work just keeps me too busy. Social commitments, family commitments, lack of time. belief that physical activity is boring, lack of motivation, fear of being too out of shape, discomfort with the skills involved. If you're telling yourself these negative things, you're never going to get started. You have to tell yourself positive things. Everybody can put on a pair of shoes and go for a walk. And that is session 4.